Good morning everyone, it's me, Mr. Allen, and today we're going to do our fourth lesson on nouns. What you're going to need to start: a book for all of your writing, a nice sharp pencil, remember, pinch and rest, pick up a pencil with a purpose, a ruler, and if you have one, a purple polishing pen and a highlighter to mark your work. First, we need to share our what. We are learning to understand pronouns. So, pause the video and can you write out our what, underline it, write out our date and underline it, and write out what you think a pronoun is. Write your own definition. Ask someone if they're at home to help if you can. Do that now. Brilliant. Let's have a look at this word pronoun. If we break it down, what two words can you spot within it? Our root word is noun, and we have the prefix pro. Well, we already all know what a noun is. It's a person, a place, or a thing. Now, if we think of the word pro, it means for, doesn't it? If you are pro something, you are for something. So a pronoun basically means for noun. A definition might be, a pronoun is a word which replaces a noun. The job of a pronoun is to streamline our writing and make it sound a little bit more, make it flow correctly, make it sound correct. I'm going to read this bit of text to you and just have a little listen and have a think and see, does that sound right? Mr. Allen went to the shops. Mr. Allen bought biscuits and cake. Mr. Allen ate the biscuits and cake straight away. Just doesn't sound right to me. We've repeated the nouns too many times. And what we can do is we can use one of these pronouns to streamline our work and make it sound a bit better. So if we look at the text, Mr. Allen went to the shops. Shout at me, what are the two nouns that you can spot? Well done. It is Mr. Allen, which is the proper noun, and the shops, which could be a common or a concrete noun. And we repeat Mr. Allen once and twice, 3 times it appears. Should we see if we can swap it for a different word? It's for a pronoun that might fit and still make sense. Mr. Allen went to the shops. What could I use? Oh, I know. I could use the word pronoun he. Mr. Allen went to the shops. He bought biscuits and cake. Oh, I could do it here as well, couldn't I? Mr. Allen went to the shops. He bought biscuits and cake. He ate the biscuits and cake straight away. Have you spotted another repetition of some nouns that we could swap? Well done. We've got biscuits and cake and biscuits and cake. Let's have a look at this last little bit then. He bought biscuits and cake. He ate... Could I use? He ate... Well done. He ate them straight away. So now we've used some pronouns to make our writing flow a bit better. Mr. Allen went to the shops. He bought biscuits and cake. He ate them straight away. Much better. Well done, guys. Moving on. So we're going to look at 3 types of pronouns today. You might hear them called different things on different platforms in different places, but don't worry. The first one we're going to look at is called a personal pronoun. So this is a pronoun which replaces a person or a thing. So if we look at our example that we wrote earlier, we've replaced Mr. Allen and we've replaced the biscuits and a cake. Both of those are things or people, and we've used he and them. Other personal pronouns, so where you're replacing, if it was Mrs. Allen, we replace it with she. If it was the boys, we might have replaced it with them. If it was me and some friends, we might replace it with we or us, or maybe even sometimes it. Pause the video, try and think of all the things I've just said and write 5 of them down now. Go. So we just looked at personal pronouns, and now we're going to look at possessive pronouns. Now if we look at the title possessive, clearly that's giving us a hint. And it's a pronoun to show ownership of something. So if you have one noun, so for example, Mr. Allen, his ownership of this pen, I might call it, well done, my pen, okay? Or if you were talking about me in the third person, you might say his pen. So let's have a look at a couple of these examples. Mr. Allen's bike would become What do you think? His bike. If you were writing it, if I was writing it, it might become my bike because I'm talking about myself. Herr Clive's books would become our books, maybe, or their books. Here's one, Aurelia's toys. Can you think about the possessive pronoun that you would use to describe Aurelia's toys? Do it now. 5, just write it in your book. 4, just the word. 3, 2, 1. What did you write down? I think we should put her toys. Well done. So that's given us a brief overview of possessive pronouns. Now we're going to move on to the last one, relative pronouns, which I know you know really well. Okay, so a relative pronoun normally is a word that demarcates, that shows a subordinate clause. The most common ones that we will be using would be who, what, where, when, and that. And if we look at the word relative, we know the root word there is something to do with relation. So normally it is a relation to a noun that's already been said in a sentence. So if we look at this example here, we have Mr. Allen, something liked rugby, taught at Herr Clive. So the main clause is Mr. Allen taught at Herr Clive. We've got this extra bit of information, a relative clause that needs a relative pronoun to go in the middle of it. And if we look at our examples, which one do you think would work best? I think it would probably be who. So Mr. Allen, who liked rugby, taught at Herr Clive. And here we've got another one. The chair, something was in the garden, was made of bamboo. Write down in your books which of the words it should be. Have you done it? Well done. It's the word that. If you got it right, give it a little tick. We're going to go move on to our task now, so get ready. You're right, guys, this is task 1. It's only going to take you maybe 2-3 minutes. What I need you to do is in your books, draw this chart. So you've got 3 subheadings and 3 separate columns. Okay, and then underneath we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pronouns. What I want you to do is put each pronoun into the correct column. Okay, so pause the video. You've got 2 minutes to go and do that now. Go. We've put the answers of the pronouns into our little chart. So let's have a little look how we've done. Our personal ones were we, I, she, it, and you. Our relative pronoun that we had on our list was who. Challenge. Go back through your book and see if you found some more and add some more into that list. Put it in purple pen if you've got one. And possessive was his, theirs, mine, my, our, or you. Now one word we're just going to quickly look at there. Remember there are 3 different types of there. This is there as in ownership. You've got there as in over there, T-H-E-R-E. And you've got they are, which is contraction using an omission, kicking out that A, T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E. So make sure you get the right. We're now going to move on to task 2. All I want you to do is in your book write 4 or 5 sentences and try and use as many different types of pronoun in it as you can. A really good challenge would be use all 3 different types of pronoun in one sentence. We've got a couple of examples here and I can just show you. All I want you to do is write the sentence and then underline the pronoun used. So if we look at the first sentence, we are going for a walk later. We've used the personal pronoun we. In this example here, Mr. Allen, who is busy working, loves reading stories. Instead of using Mr. Allen again, we've used this relative pronoun. And then this last one, Tyler put his coat on the peg and walked into his classroom. It is his coat we are talking about and his classroom, so we've used possessive pronouns. So your challenge, write at least 5 sentences, try and use every single different type of pronoun, and in one sentence can you use all 3 different types. Get to it. So we've done task 1, task 2, it's time now to do task 3. Attached alongside this video there'll be a document with some handwritten questions, okay? So all you need to do is go through and write the answers to each of these questions. So just for example, number 1, what pronoun is this? Our school is bigger than theirs. You would just have to tell me the answer to question number 1, which would be the correct answer, okay? You've got 6 questions to do today. Let's go through the answers on task 3. Go and grab your purple polishing pen and your highlighter to see how we've done. Question number 1, what pronoun? It is a possessive pronoun. Question number 2, what relative pronoun would go in there? It would be the word that. Question number 3. Write a pronoun to replace the underlying word. Instead of using the proper noun Dave, we would have used the word he. Question number 4. What word class is being used? It is a pronoun, surprisingly enough, considering we're doing pronouns. Number 5. This one's a bit trickier, okay? You had to fill in all the blanks. So it should have been Stephen, who lived in Hartcliffe, was at home with his brothers. They were playing Mario Kart on the Switch. He got mad when they beat him. So little ticks for each one you got right. Remember, purple pen, and correct them if you got them wrong. Number 6, you had to replace the underlying word. Sarah would have become she. The whole would become it because you fall into it. The last one, number 7, you had to find the correct possessive pronouns to end. That bike belongs to me. That bike is mine. This house is owned by us. This house is ours. And these video games belong to my brother. These games are his. So hopefully now all your work has been marked and ticked. You've corrected it all. Take a photo, post it on Seesaw, and we'll get back to you with some comments. Good work, guys.